you don't think of things. You don't think that you're not going to come out of it. I've been very, very fortunate over the years that I've never considered that I was going to die going into a situation, because I believe you die. You're born at the right time for you, and you died at that time. You've got no choice. When we started our shift at 9:30 on that particular night, we were unaware that anything similar to this situation was going on. And once we got out on the road, we heard that this fellow had run amok up there and was firing shots everywhere. And it's instinctive in a policeman, you've got to stick your nose in. As a result of getting there, you can tell by the person's voice how upset they are. You can usually tell the kind of person they would have been prior to getting himself into this situation. And that poor devil had more troubles than us. After having dinner one evening, he decided to take a .22 rifle and fire shots randomly throughout one of the streets in Eltham. We observed this man was very disturbed, very agitated, and was in a bad state of mind. After about most probably 3/4 of an hour, he told me that he would let me into the house to talk to him, but if I in fact did anything wrong or had a gun or handcuffs on me, he was going to kill me. So he met me at the front door and he put the muzzle of the .22 in my mouth. He searched me with one hand. He told me that he didn't want to live, and anybody that tried to stop me he was going to kill. I told him, in fact, I said to him, mate, look, I've got to take my kids out fishing tomorrow, and I think that if I don't, they're going to be very disappointed if you shoot me. We had a bit of a snigger about it, and I think that was the catalyst that quietened him down. He was just a good bloke. I offered to make him a cup of tea. We had coffee, and we were there for, I thought, most probably about 20 minutes. It turned out to be over 2 hours. This man had been a soldier in Vietnam. In fact, we found out later that he was in a personnel carrier, and that had been hit by a mortar shell. And he was the only one that survived. The head of his best friend in the army at that particular point in time landed in his lap. Eventually he put the gun down on the floor, and both of us started to cry. It's still very emotional. Took him from the house to the Austin Hospital. They would not treat him because he had a psychological problem. I said, if he had a broken leg and he was a soldier, would he treat him then? They said, yes. But because he had a psychological problem, he's a member of the armed services, they said no. We organised that he be taken to the repat out at Heidelberg. We could not get one private psychiatrist to treat him for 3 months. He was in the repat for at least 2 or 3 months, and different policemen and myself used to go up and feed him just to give him company. That went on for a couple of months. Everybody used to feed him breakfast, the police from Heidelberg. Then we go up at lunchtime. He wouldn't eat unless we were there. You've got to understand people. The most important thing in the community is another human being. And if you spend 33 years dealing with them, you learn a lot. And you can sense that everything's going to be all right. And it stands by you. I was working as a detective in Perth on interchange, and I received a phone call from his father's bank manager to say that the poor fellow had committed suicide. And that's the story.